Williams, and I am the principal of Skyline Academy, and welcome to the class of 2025's graduation ceremony. We encourage you to take photos of this monumental ceremony, but respectfully request that you silence your phones. Please stand in recognition of our graduates. Skyline Academy perform the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watch, as so gallantly stream
afternoon for this celebration. One of the most difficult things that happens to a school or to a family is the loss of a family member, a friend, or a classmate. Last June brought the unexpected loss of class of 2025's Xochitl Holland Gonzalez. So before we begin our graduation ceremony, we would like to observe a moment of silence as we remember her life and we cherish the memories that we have of her. Thank you. This year, I would like to say a special thank you to the Skyline students who have done the decorations, they've worked the program, they've made the slides, and just performed the national anthem. This truly is a student-led program for today, so thank you to that. And we appreciate also Chris Ruhl and Patrick Rokas in the sound booth. Without them, this would be impossible for us to do everything. So give them a round of applause. Many of you may not know our staff, so I do want to give a shout out to the exceptional staff who have worked tirelessly with our student body this year. Melissa Allen, Jamie Bellion, Allie Douthat, Faith Howard, Rebecca Keene, Kara Paul, Gail Wilkerson, Julie Woolwine, Mandy Licking, and then without sitting on the stage, we also have Deputy Patterson, who has worked with us in a variety of areas, and several Pinedale High School electives teachers, for which we are also very grateful. Please also note on our stage, we have Superintendent Harris and board members Chairwoman Murphy, Mr. Olson, Mr. Pryor, Mr. Goodrich, Mr. McInnes, and Mr. Ziegler. And Mr. Nelson, and then I understand Mr. Goodrich was also not able to attend at the last minute. So we will appreciate all the hard work that they do for us as well. Parents and guardians and extended family, today is as much your celebration as it is for the students sitting in the front row. Thank you for providing guidance, encouragement, and the boundaries that shaped, guided, and supported your student throughout their school career as they developed into the young adults that they are today. For this, we are extremely grateful as well. Round of applause for everyone. At this time, please welcome to the podium our keynote speaker, Ms. Jamie Bellion.
As to why I'm speaking, although Miss Allen and I tied for nominations, we rock, paper, scissors for it. And whether this is me losing or me winning, I will take it to my grave. Although my wisdom is limited to 4 decades so far on Earth, and maybe some subconscious accumulation from a few past lives, I hope the following 3 pieces of unsolicited advice resonate with you. My first piece of advice: never cry alone. Humans are communal species. Cry in front of your roommate's boyfriend, at the writing center, in your professor's office, at a coffee shop, with a copy of Tattooist of Auschwitz, or 5 People You Meet in Heaven open in front of your face, just in case you need to validate your tears with random passerby. In my opinion, being a communal species means that you have the luxury of being fearless, not reckless. Your tribe gives you courage and protection. Ground squirrels live in scurries, so there's always someone on the lookout for field science students throwing rocks. Pronghorns live in herds, so someone can sound an alarm when crazy humans unextinct an American cheetah. Therefore, make sure you have your pack of friends with you when you get lost in Naples at 3 a.m. because you followed people to an all-night discoteca only to learn you really aren't an all-night discoteca person. You're more of like a spaghetti in bed by 9 person. Self-isolating when you are a communal species is as reckless as not having a spotter at the gym. What if you fall off the bench for literally no reason at all? Now, what's the secret? How do you avoid crying alone? The answer is you build yourself a wolf pack. that will retrieve your phone and dust you off after you faceplant, tripping over your really cute but impractical shoes. But in order to grow and protect the type of tribe that will be there for you when you need a good cry, you'll need to expect progress, not perfection, from the people in your life. When you choose your core values, you must include compassion. A compassionate person assumes that everyone is doing their best at all times, even if their best is objectively garbage. I've had to do that a lot with you guys this year, like when you try to pass off AI overviews as your own work. And look how much you've grown through my unwavering support. Compassion comes from the anterior insular cortex and the prefrontal cortex, basically the highly evolved thinking parts of your brain. In order to be negative, judgmental, and critical, you rely solely and primitively on the limbic part of your brain, responding like any other mammal just trying to survive. In other words, it is easier to be negative. It is easy to be heavy and just rely on the instinct of your amygdala, and it is more difficult to be light as it requires more brain power. An adult life is going to be a series of choices in which you can choose to be heavy or light in any given situation. And I have seen firsthand that all of you have the ability to choose lightness, optimism, and kindness. There's been a number of moments this school year where we all struggled. I wasn't okay, you weren't okay, and we could all tell. And that's real life, my friends. However, I've never had people notice me and care about me the way that you have. I definitely got frustrated a few times over the last few years when I felt like I cared more about you than you cared about you. But then, when I wasn't taking care of myself, you guys would visit me at my other job, swoop in with samples from culinary class, brighten my day with shout-out cards, random conversations, and even steal cookies for me. Literally and metaphorically bringing me the strength to keep going. So thank you to each and every one of you for being compassionate, fearless, albeit slightly reckless members of my tribe. Second piece of advice, seek truth, not comfort. The world owes you nothing, and feeling entitled to a certain materialistic existence, like its millionaire influencer or basement troll, will reduce your ability to rebound from setbacks. I implore you to be hopeful, yet realistic. And that may mean you find yourself cleaning toilets in a Madrid train station because that is your reality at the moment. Maybe you'll be here, back at Pinedale, even though you swore you would never come back here, cleaning bathrooms at the golf course with me and living on a friend's couch. Not my couch, not Miss Allen's couch. My friend Tyler's couch is really comfortable though. But the point is, there's no shame in any of it, as long as you're using it as a launch point for something bigger. Just because you did not necessarily become what you dreamt yet, doesn't mean you stopped dreaming or quit. Then again, I'm too pragmatic to encourage YouTuber or NBA player dreams right now, because I won't lie to you. You might not become anything you want when you grow up, but you will become something. All I ask is that you make yourself a little uncomfortable living your values and chasing your dreams. Some of you had a really hard time assigning value to high school, but mustered the energy and the discipline because you recognized it was an essential launch point to bigger and better things. Cleaning bathrooms is sometimes just like high school. It's kind of a crappy job, and sometimes you get so fed up you want to walk out and quit, which some of you did, much to my chagrin, but in the end you saw it through. These moments are uncomfortable. They can be scary, and you will have your doubts as to whether or not it's really necessary, if it's the right decision, or if it means you failed because you aren't where you thought you would be. However, every toilet you clean is just one step closer to where you can launch off and find your truth, or at least that's what I keep telling myself. My third and final piece of advice is to know your brand of happiness and never apologize for it. I used to say sorry when I didn't like something others did in desperation to fit in. I also didn't know what made me happy. It took me a really long time to figure it out, and it's also constantly changing. I know the things that make me happy now, like silence, bar trivia, growing vegetables, and being in the woods, may not be the things that make me happy, and that's fine. Those things didn't make me unhappy at 18 either. But the only thing consistent in your life, though, is change. So right now, you might think your happiness is tied to the pride you'll feel when you finally get your 1937 Lincoln Zephyr and then chop the top off so Zig can't fit in it. And maybe that will make you happy when you're 20. But then fast forward and you're 30, and you realize cars and clothes and everything you thought would make you happy leave you unfulfilled. Departing from status quos to chase passions are going to be some of the hardest moments in your adult life. I call these points hard pivots. They're when you realize it's better to lose a lover than love a loser. During a hard pivot, you'll be absolutely terrified to leave what's familiar for a job on an island on the Panama Canal, but you've survived scarier things and you'll have the courage to do it. These will be the times in your life where you have to leave comfort to find truth. You will probably cry a lot. Hard pivots are when you ask the tribe that you built to support your fearlessness, not your recklessness. It will be hard to admit that living it up on a yacht didn't make you happy like you thought it would. It would be really hard to be sad on a yacht, but you never know. You might be surprised to learn one day that you find more happiness in a gas station bag of Microlights than you've ever found chasing the Huzz. So that's it. The only thing you can control in life is yourself. And you must find a balance between trusting things will unfold naturally and not being a loser. Things rarely unfold for losers who sleep until 1 p.m. and play video games all day. But then again, choosing to wake up at 4 a.m. and follow Dr. Andrew Huberman's morning routine won't protect you from heartbreaks, setbacks, and disappointment. So just cry about it, clean up your mess, move on, and work your way through a series of hard pivots until you find your brand of happiness. Thank you for your attentiveness during your last Miss B lecture. I'm sure they were your favorite part of high school. Never forget that you are a pack animal, clean bathrooms without complaint, and know that one day you'll most likely trade your follows and your Lamborghini Countach LP5000 for a suburban dad bod and a Facebook Marketplace canoe, and that's okay. Cheers to the class of 2025. May you find community, humility, and happiness wherever life takes you.
And we should thank you all for teaching us a whole new Valcat too. So thank you, Ms. B. We appreciate it. Please welcome our valedictorian, Cole Walker.
Hello, everyone. That drum solo you just heard is a representation of how far I've grown at my time at Skyline Academy. I would have never played drums on stage, even if I was the best drummer in the world. But my time at Skyline has pushed me out of my comfort zone. I've had to do many things I hate, such as being a waiter for an art show, presenting in front of the class, taking an additional math class, and the list goes on. But I'm glad I did those things because I knew it would help me in the future. I'm a very shy, antisocial person, but my teachers and friends have helped me become more outgoing. Otherwise, I would not be up here. My favorite memory from Skyline was when I was in field science. We were on a hike in the Tetons when an unplanned blizzard surrounded us for hours. We had to descend a steep hillside to get back to the parking lot. We all had aching blisters. Everyone else in my class was at the bottom, but I was still at the top. I took one simple step forward and promptly fell the rest of the way down. We are the writers of our newest chapter. We are in control of our future. I know every one of us will do many great things in our new chapter of life. Thank you to all my friends and teachers I've had throughout my years. Thank you, Mom, for being with me day and night. Thank you to my sister for inspiring me to be better. Thank you, Vicky, for eating peanuts with me. Thank you, my two cats, for being cats. Now pick up the pen and begin writing your story. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Paul. And what is the most increased talent that we've seen you grow this year is that was an original composition written just for this class. So way to go, and thank you for performing that for us. Okay, graduates. This year we focused on ensuring we utilized integrity while learning to do hard better. We all know that life is filled with either obstacles or opportunities, and only you can decide how you're going to react or respond to the situation you find yourself in. Winston Churchill said, "Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success." So remember, when we fall, which we all do, and we fall forward, we're still making forward progress. Our daily words of inspiration from Steve Gillian's book, It Is What You Make It, Overcoming the It Is What It Is mentality, taught us the secrets to doing hard better and focusing our energy to reach our full potential. Each day's challenge reminded us that there's always room for growth and advancement personally. We learned we can accept the status quo, or we can reflect and adjust our plan of action and make our next move one that helps us to achieve our goals. I encourage you to reflect on the individuals that have had a positive impact on your life. Be grateful for the lessons that you've learned and the support that you have received. Now think about how you will provide support and encouragement to those in your sphere of influence. Seniors and Skyline staff have received their day boots this year, and many of us are wearing them today. Let this be a reminder to you as you move into your next chapter of life that on Wednesday, yes, it's a Skyline Wednesday that we wear our boots, you need to make a boot check to someone and uphold your promise to reach out to those who love you if you need help. Most importantly, I want you to walk out of here today remembering that you are valuable and you are loved. C.S. Lewis said, there are far, far better things ahead of you than anything you leave behind. So class of 2025, I encourage you to look to the future and go and make your positive impact on this world. Congratulations, and I'm so very, very proud of you. Madam Chairman, on behalf of Sublette County School District Number 1, I present the Skyline Academy graduates who have completed all of the requirements set forth by this district and the state of Wyoming.
On behalf of Sublette County School District Number 1, I accept these graduates who have completed all the requirements set forth by this school district and the state of Wyoming.
The platform guests, please prepare for the diplomas to be awarded.
Cole Andrew Walker. Zoe Dawn Yates. Liam Michael Baldwin. Willow Martez Morris. Yagari Ramos. Michael Rhodes. Gregory Ritchie. Dean Robert Michael Rowe. Alexis Marie Thompson. Emily Lou Thompson Bell.
All right. Graduates, at this time, would you please rejoin us on the stage for the turning of the tassel, led by salutatorian Zoe Yates.